Now the story of a Victoria man who is living on disability, fighting for his life. He is not just battling cancer, but the BC government too. He is slowly wasting away. He has lost more than 32 kilos, about 80 pounds. His doctors are prescribing an over-the-counter nutritional supplement to try to help him get the weight back on. But when the patient asked the BC government to pay, it refused, giving him just enough money for a 17-day supply every month. That's when he turned to A News for help, telling our Stephen Andrew that if the government doesn't pay, he'll have only 3 months to live.
This man is in the fight of his life. It began last year when he learned he had pancreatic cancer.
She walked into my room out at Vic General and said, you better get your affairs in order. You've got 3 months to live. And I said, you're kidding. And she said, no.
Surgery removed all but a small tumour, and combined with a regimen of holistic medicine, Barna thought he was on the road to recovery. Then, more bad news.
My weight is coming down at such a rapid pace that if something's not done immediately, that the doctors told me that I'd be dead in 3 months.
To get his weight back on, Barna is boosting his caloric intake with nutritional supplements costing $360 a month. Disabled and living on a limited income, he applied to the Ministry of Social Development for emergency funds. But when John Michael turned to the government for help to pay for this nutritional supplement, he says they would only give him a 17-day supply every month, despite the fact that John Michael's doctors wrote several letters in support of his application, even marking them urgent.
What ticks me off is the amount of time that it takes and the number of levels you have to go through until you can finally get somebody to give you an answer. And we've been at this for over 8 months.
He even turned to MLA Carol James for help. She says despite a letter to Minister Harry Bloy and phone calls to his office, the only response, a letter asking for patience.
I want the minister to recognize that this is not a compassionate way of dealing with an individual. This isn't providing support to someone in the end stage of their life. This isn't looking after someone.
Barely a day after A News began asking questions, this statement from the government. We are pleased we have found a solution that we hope will be beneficial to Dr. Barna's health. In this case, the client will receive all of the insured nutritional supplement he needs shipped directly to his home. The ministry is also increasing money for nutritional supplements. Barna says he's happy the funding has been resolved.
When some days you can't even get out of bed, it's the biggest challenge I've ever faced.
A fight for life that now is a little easier since he no longer has to battle the government.
Stephen Andrew joins us now with more. Stephen, a positive outcome here in terms of the support. Do we know why it took the ministry so long to come up with a solution in the case, and what might it mean for other patients who need similar support?
Well, Hudson, I mean, the ministry says they evaluate requests for assistance on a case-by-case basis, but it's offering no explanation as to why it took so long to come up with a solution, nearly 8 months here. And if there are any other clients facing similar challenges, we would certainly like to hear from them. You can reach us at islandnews@atv.ca, or you can call our newsroom at 250-414-6510. Hudson?
All right, Stephen Andrew, thank you.
You're welcome.